get stuff away. Alan Cox, time to get stuff away.
All right, this fall in September, the 21st through the 24th, is the Louder Than Life Festival from the people who bring you Sonic Temple here in Ohio. It's going to be at the Highland Festival grounds at Kentucky Expo Center. Foo Fighters, Green Day, Tool, Avenged Sevenfold, Godsmack, Pantera, Queens of the Stone Age, Weezer, Limp Bizkit, Megadeth. Those are just your headliners. There are dozens and dozens of great bands going to play. LouderThanLifeFestival.com if you want to look into VIP or any of that stuff. I'll get you a pair of GA weekend passes to get you in. This fall, you can hoof it to the Bluegrass State. Louder Than Life. Caller 10, 2 for you. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Alan Cox.
The sort of man we used to describe at school as a complete prick.
The Alan Cox Show
On 100.7
WMMS.
That show would absolutely be worth the trip. If you've seen the entire lineup on this show, it is bananas. Coheed 311, Code Orange. Deaf Heaven, one of my favorites. L7, White Reaper. Avatar. Fever 333, you like them, don't you?
I do like them. They're fun.
Pierce the Veil, Death Clock. Sleep Token. Boy, that Sleep Token. They are... Wow, are they wild. Love them. Turnstile, Run the Jewels, Flogging Molly. Yeah, tons and tons and tons of bands on that Louder Than Life. So I'll have those for you around this time the rest of the week. Get you into that Metallica premiere, too. They're going to do a thing in theaters the night before 72 Seasons drops. So I'll put you with that. Say what?
No.
I thought I cut somebody off.
Oh.
No.
All right. Cavaliers lose last night by 2, 120-118 against the Hawks in Atlanta. They're back here for the next couple of games, Friday and Sunday. They will play the Knicks and the Pacers, respectively, at the Romo Fijo. Friday night, 7:30 is your tip-off. And then Sunday, they'll play an 8 o'clock game. But we're down to the last handful of games here in the regular season. Keep in mind for these last few days, I guess this will be today, tomorrow, and Friday, you can use the promo code SHAMROCK at CLE Clothing Company for 20% off whatever you want over there, whether it's online, whether it's in store. Just tell them Shamrock. You always got a lot of great Buzzard merch, new things coming there all the time, a lot of things with the word Cleveland on it. And, of course, Saturday, April will begin, and a new promo code will be available to you. Any guesses on what that will be for the month of April?
Showers.
Out of the gate. Showers.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I thought maybe they'd give me fool as a dig to me, as a passive-aggressive move, which would have been hilarious. But showers, yes. Now, perhaps that's referring to golden.
Yes, they always say golden showers bring May flowers.
Well, May Flowers, if you recall 70s pornography, she was a big, big fan of the golden showers. Not to take anything away from her. But yeah, showers is going to be, once April kicks in, that is going to be your new promo code there for 20% off at CLE Clothing Company. I gave you the option before of either food news or poop news.
You're going to do both either way.
Well, I wanted to do poop news just because it's got some history to it, and I like history. Mind you, I hated history when I had to study it in high school and college. I couldn't have cared less about history, but that's because I was young and stupid, and I didn't understand how past is prologue. But I do. This puts the log in past is prologue, by the way. They found a massive, massive turd that they believe belonged to a Viking. They referred to it as a bum-splitting turd.
Usually, if you're going to episiotomy, it's from birth, not
That's
pooping.
right. Not you giving birth to a big old brown baby boy here.
This just reminds me of my dinosaurs class in college, where I was so angry that I took this class and we were learning about 20 million year old poop, and it was the size of a party sub. And
Yeah,
I was
you had to
scarred.
study scat, right? desiccated, fossilized scat.
Yeah, I can never look at a party sub the same way.
A very rare find is what they call this, a complete human stool that they believe is a Viking turd. It measured, now this is European, it measured 20 centimeters long, 5 centimeters wide, and they believe that it was of Viking origin, a group of people who primarily had a meat and bread diet. And they thought that this particular poo had thousands of worms in it. These people would get stomach aches and bowel inflammations. And, you know, there were a million awful ways to die a long, long time ago from things that we now think are completely mundane. You know, people used to die of diarrhea because they would get dehydrated, things like that. You know, and the worms that they would get, they're the kind that could migrate from the intestines into other organs. And so the Vikings had a great, great time. They traced this back to the 9th century. Did you see the photo of it, by the way? Did you see the
No.
the bum? I'll show it to you on the live stream.
Okay.
The bum-splitting poo. There it is in all of its glory.
Damn.
They had to strap it down just so it, I guess it wouldn't get
Well,
away.
there's so many
or-
worms in it, and it
Yeah.
crawl
Yeah.
away.
They would crawl away.
Yeah.
So they did tests on it and revealed that it survived more than 1,000 years intact. And they think that it belonged to a male Viking. And they described it as moist and peaty,
Blech.
which you might recall the morning show down there at the Gator in Florida from 86 to 89.
Moist and peaty.
Moist and peaty in the mornings, man. I'm the Gator.
We're gonna split you in half.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to play a new game today at the Gator. It's called Bum Split and Turd. Yeah. So, you know, is that poor nutrition? Meat and bread? I call that a sandwich. I don't know. They probably weren't making the sandwiches. They were probably eating pieces of animals that they had killed and roasted in probably huge, thick, medieval bread.
Oh, I
right?
love some bread.
Bread
Yeah.
is so good.
Bread is so good.
Not a bread guy.
Yeah, shocking.
But
we know.
what?
Hmm?
That's not surprising. I'm just like, I take my cues from Oprah. She hates bread.
No.
I love bread.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was
She loves bread.
very misinformed there. So anyway, there's your quick poop news for the bum-splitting turds.
She loves bread.
Yeah,
Bum splitting.
she does. Oprah does love
I
bread.
love bread.
Yeah, that's right. Well, good for her. She, you don't really see Oprah much anymore, do you? You know?
What is she doing?
I don't know. I mean, she's spending her billions, I guess, but, you know, she's philanthropic, if
Just-
nothing
yeah,
else.
she's
But you
hanging out
just
with-
don't.
Harry and Meghan.
Is that what she's doing?
They're like neighbors.
Yeah.
Her, Tyler Perry, and Harry and Meghan.
I was reading they're going to throw Gayle King on CNN as though that's the cure to their woes is more Gayle King. See, that's how you benefit from like when your boss goes somewhere else and they go, hey, if you got along with them, they go, let's give you something over here because she'll stay at CBS. But the guy that used to run that show that she's on is the head honcho now at CNN, a guy named Chris Light. And so he's like, I know what we'll do to remedy CNN's dismal ratings. Gayle King. Said nobody. But, you know her. And you're like, hey, how'd you like to do this? Sure. Why not?
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Don Lemon.
TV's in a pretty bad place.
TV's in a
from,
terrible place.
Like most
So much
places,
competition.
they have. Well, there's so much competition, but nobody's watching like they used to. Like I mean,
yeah, but
they're,
that
they're
audience...
so invested. They've spent so much money investing in these different people and shows and stuff like that, but they're just not generating the revenue that they once did because there's just not as many people watching
It's really
TV
fragmented.
that way. And it's going to get even worse because they're relying very much on an older generation.
Well, those are the people that are still in their wheelhouse.
Yeah.
But those people will
For
eventually
now,
die,
but
too.
they're
Yeah.
going. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, even, like locally, like I don't watch a lot of local news. I'll watch Channel 3 in the morning. That Maureen Kyle is on Channel 3. And I don't know what they're paying Maureen Kyle at Channel 3, but it's not nearly enough They need to be, she's the only thing over there at Channel 3 that I've seen so far that can hold your attention. And she's on in the morning.
Take that, Mike Polk.
No, I love Polk, but it's like he's not a news guy. You know what I mean? Like he's a guy that they let Polk do his thing on Channel 3. He's not over there to like break stories, you know? Kyle is like an anchor. You know, when I co-hosted the morning news there many years ago, they did this thing where they did like celebrity co-host week, and it was a different person each day, and you were sitting there with Maureen Kyle, and she's the only thing over there worth watching. With all due respect to the other hardworking people over there, they should be taking their cues from her. But there's a lot of it's a rough time to be in television these days. You want some Jenna?
Who doesn't?
It's time for Sweet Nothings with Jenna from Poland.
I have one wish, and it's that I could shoot Amy.
This has been Sweet Nothings with Jenna from Poland.
I don't know who the hell Amy is, but I hope she's going to be okay.
Stay away from Jenna.
Jesus.
Right.
She's,
Your name is Amy.
yeah, she left me no fewer than a half a dozen of these last night.
Having a rough night. Dude.
I think I like those more than I like the nonsensical.
Yeah, and they all sound exactly the same. She doesn't ever mix them up. None of them are like, ugh. They're all, just that. So, I don't know if she's having a rough time or what.
I was apparently the other morning I woke up. It was the morning I had to drive to New York, so I got like no sleep. Brian wakes me up and he goes, "What were you dreaming about last night?" And I was like, "I don't know. I dream about a lot of things. Why?" And he said I was making guttural noises, and it reminded me of Jenna. He's like, "Was it a sex dream?" And he's like, "I thought it was a sex dream because you were like kind of like moaning and making like growling noises almost." And then he goes, "But then you yelled in your sleep, 'Get out,' like that."
Huh.
And then he goes, and then 5 minutes later,
This is Mary pretending she was dreaming and trying to send a message to her boyfriend.
And then he goes like 5 minutes later, you just go, no. He's like, you were thrashing around, and my
God,
dream.
You must be a treat to live with.
Dude, I know, right?
Night terrors
What is
over
your
here.
brain?
Jeez,
You want to know what the dream
screaming.
was? There was a demon in our house, and Brian thought it was fake, and the demon was trying to lure us into this portal, this demon portal, and
It's Ghostbusters.
Brian was like totally, no, maybe, but Brian was like totally on board with it because he's like, oh, the devil's not real, demons aren't real, I can go in this portal, ha, ha, ha. And Brian, so I'm like saying, get out to the demon, telling him like, you're not welcome here, you have to leave. And Brian's like, oh, ha, 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 I love horror movies and death metal and none of this is real. So he jumps into the demon portal, which I specifically remember.
This is all in the dream?
Yes, I specifically remember yelling no at that point. I was like, no, like, don't go in there. I had to follow him into the demon portal, and then it was like set up kind of like Saw, where you were in hell and you had to play games. You had to pass like however many levels of games. And if you beat the levels, then
That's
you
not
get out of
Saw.
hell.
That's Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Oh, I never saw
that's
that.
Yeah.
Excellent.
They had to beat the Grim Reaper and
Yeah, and
all
a
these
air
different
guitar or
challenges.
whatever.
But it wasn't like that.
But they were playing like Battleship and stuff.
See, I wish it was like that. The one
But
game.
the rest of us somehow managed to have brain-melting, spine-shattering nightmares and keep it to ourselves
I
while
was
we're sleeping.
screaming in the middle of my sleep. I remember waking up, like, I was terrified that I had lost Brian because the first game, he was puking up eyeballs, and we had to get the eyeballs out of his mouth into some, like, it looked like, honestly, like a putting green.
That's Double Dare.
Right. And I was like cheating by pulling the eyeballs out of his mouth and not letting him throw up the eyeballs into the hole. And they kicked me out. They were like,
It's a very vivid, specific dream here.
They were like, you're cheating. You can't be down here with him. And I remember freaking out because I'm like, he's going to go to hell. He's going to die forever. And
He's going to die forever.
Die forever.
That's how dying works.
But I was making Jenna noises. Rolling around.
Well, Brian
kicking
was
and-
kind enough to record it and send me the.
Did he?
Yeah, he was nice enough to send me the noises.
Did he?
That's Sean Combs to you, all right? There's her noise.
What's up, guys?
Hello, devil?
Yeah, I heard you talking about me.
Yeah, well, I had this really messed up dream that you sent one of your demons to lure us into a portal and play games for our life.
I don't have demons.
You don't have demons?
No.
So who sent the demon?
Republicans, I don't know.
Who's a Republican demon?
Probably. I mean, it's redundant at this point. No, listen, I am way too busy to be dicking around in your dreams. I'm sorry.
Well, it felt real.
Well, that's the whole point of dreams, but I had nothing to do with it.
Okay, so
how about you keep my name out your damn mouth?
well, first of all, I said it was a demon portal. I didn't say Satan was there. So how about you get your facts straight?
I go by many names.
Is demon one of them?
I mean, yeah, sometimes.
You go by demon or Jerry or Todd.
You know how, like, if you're an attorney, you also go by lawyer or esquire or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a generic thing, but I mean, again, I go by many names.
Okay. So just so that we're clear, you don't send demons into people's dreams to lure them into portals and throw up eyeballs.
No, I don't do anything. I don't have the manpower. Nobody wants to work anymore. I just don't have enough demons to go around. We're having some serious staffing issues down here.
So,
You have no idea what it's like, the headaches that I have down here.
You know who else has a headache today?
Who?
Alan Cox.
Never heard of him. Listen, the point is, I just wanted to...
Well, then you're not in hell. You're in heaven, sir.
I just wanted to put your mind at ease and tell you that I had nothing to do with it.
Well, now it makes me more nervous that Republicans are infiltrating my dreams.
Well,
That's what you said.
yeah, but who knows?
You dream about your
right?
dad. Wasn't he a Republican?
He was.
You said your dad was in your dream.
Yeah.
This will make you feel better. I've never seen him down here.
Oh.
And from my understanding, he'd be a real hard guy to miss.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Right, so I probably would have seen him.
All the heat would have made him skinnier, probably, though.
Oh, well, there's still a lot of fat people down here.
Oh.
Listen, I want to stick my head in. Don't blame me for all this
Okay.
French food-induced nightmares that you have, okay?
Fine.
Well, Satan, how are you? I'm sorry, Mary
No.
just wants to tell you
Yeah.
all about her life, but
I didn't initiate this
I
call.
just want to
He
make
called
sure
me.
Satan's doing okay, and
Nobody-
nobody ever asks
you know
how he's
what?
doing.
Because he's a bad guy.
Nobody, you hear that? I'm a bad guy all of a sudden. Here I am. I don't have time to do this, but I'm trying to make
I'm
her
sorry.
feel better.
This is very embarrassing.
Nobody asks how I'm doing.
I just want to see how the
You said how you were doing. You're
Prince of
stressed
Darkness is
out
doing.
and you're short-staffed. We get
Yeah,
it. So is everyone else.
I gotta go.
All right. Well, I'm sorry that she was so rude to you.
I
Satan.
rebuke you.
My night manager just did a no-call, no-show, so I gotta go. Rebuke? What?
Yeah, you know what I said.
Ah, shut
Those
up.
are the magic words. Satan, I rebuke you. You're not welcome in this home.
And all your false promises. All right, I got to take a break. If you want tickets for what? Ooh, Metallica. They are doing a thing in theaters the night before the new album 72 Seasons drops. So if you want to get the full Metallica experience before everybody else, I will have those for you on the way back here. 35192 to send me a text for anything else, and we'll be back.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7